أهلا بكم أعزائي طالبات وطلاب جريد 1 بريب. برحب بكم في حلقة ماث جديدة تحت رعاية وإشراف وزارة التربية والتعليم. Today we are going to talk about solving inequalities in Q and how much is related to the equations. Actually, we were going to do the same steps exactly as we did in the equation, from circle the number with the variable and do the inverse operation for both sides. But in the inequality, we have greater than or equal, less than or equal instead of inequality or instead of equal sign. So let's get started. So here we have solving inequalities in Q. Our warming up is about solving equation. To solve any equation, we have to circle what with the variable, then do the inverse operation to both sides and get the variable alone. So our target is to get the variable alone. And start with addition and subtraction, then multiplication and division if we have more than an operation in the equation. What about solving inequalities? In the inequality, we will do the same exactly, but instead of equal sign, there will be a sign of them. Less than or equal, greater than or equal. And there will be many values of solution according to the substitution set. So maybe one value or more. For example, find the solution set of the inequality x plus 7 is less than 10. Number 1, if x belongs to n. Number 2, if x belongs to z. And z is the integer numbers, n is natural numbers. Here we have x plus 7 is less than 10, so we have to do the inverse operation for both sides. It is plus 7, so we are going to subtract 7 from both sides. Then we will cancel the 7, so x is less than 10 minus 7, which is 3. If x belongs to n, that means the natural number. Here we have 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So x is less than 3, that means we are going to take 2, 1, 0. On the number line, 3 is not with us because there is no equal sign here, so we are going to take 2, 1, 0. And the solution set is 2, 1, 0. If x belongs to z, the integer numbers, positive, negative, and 0. So we are going to take any number less than 3, 2, 1, 0, and move more to the negative numbers, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and so on. So we can write a line above it to take all the values to the left. And the solution set here, it is 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and so on. Another one, find the solution set of the inequality x plus 7 less than or equal to 10 in n. The only difference between the first one and the second one, here we have less than or equal sign. And that means we'll do the inverse operation for add 7, so minus 7 from both sides, so x is less than or equal to 3. If we have equal sign in the inequality, that means this value is with us as a solution, so if 3 is a solution. If x belongs to n, we are going to take 3 with us as a solution, so 3, 2, 1, 0. For the natural number starting from 0 to infinity. So here we have 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So only take 3, then 2, 1, 0. And here we can write it as SS. The solution set is 3, 2, 1, 0. So keep in mind, if we have the equal sign in the inequality, for example, less than or equal or greater than or equal, we will take the value as a solution. If we don't have equal sign for greater than or equal, greater than or less than, we will not take the value as a solution. We will take the greater or the less numbers according to the inequality. Here we have a remark. The properties of inequality: if A, B, and C are three rational numbers, then number one, if A is less than B, and we will add a number for both sides, we will have the same inequality sign, less and less. So when we add for the both sides, we have the same inequality sign. For example, I have -7 is less than 4. That means when I add any number for both sides, it will be less as it is. So -7 plus 1, which is -6, sign of bigger than subtract. Here we have different signs. And 4 plus 1 is 5, and it is correct. -6 is less than 5. Number 2. We start with A less than B. And when we subtract any number from both sides, so we have the same inequality sign, less. So for example, 2 is less than 8. We are going to subtract 3 from both sides. 2 minus 3 is -1. And 8 minus 3 is 5. And as you can see here, of course, -1 is less than 5 because any negative number is less than any positive number. So we start with less, and also we got less. Okay, number 3. If A less than B, and C is a positive number, then AC is less than BC. That means when we multiply, we will get the same sign of the inequality. We start from less, and also we got less. To be clear for you, we are going to take this example. -2 is less than 5. Yes, of course, any negative number is less than positive. Then when we multiply by any number, for example, we multiplied by 2, both sides, we will get -4 is less than 5 times 2, which is 10. And it is correct because the negative is less than the positive. So we start with negative and also, we start with less, and also we got less. Number 4, if A is less than B and C is a positive number, when we divide both sides by C, we will get also less. So A over C, or A divided by C, is less than B over C, or B divided by C. For example, here we have 4 is less than 12. We are going to divide by 2 both sides. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. And of course, 2 is less than 6. So we started from less, and also we got less. That when we deal with a positive number. What about if we multiply or divide by a negative number? Here we have, if A is less than B and C is a negative number, then A times C is greater than B times C. What do you observe here? I start with less, and I flipped the inequality sign. It was less, and it becomes greater than. So, for example, 3 is less than 5. When I multiply by a negative number, for example, we are going to multiply by -2 here. 3 times -2 is -6, and 5 times -2 is -10. And of course, -6 is greater than -10 because here less value with the negative will be greater. So we start from less, and we got greater. So when you multiply by a negative number, change the inequality sign. And also in number 6, if A is less than B, then C is a negative number, then A over C is greater than B over C. For example, -10 is less than 15. If I divide by negative number, we have to change the sign of the inequality. So -10 divided by -5 here, let me remind you by the Chinese face. Negative divided by negative is positive, which is 2, and this 15 is positive. 15 divided by negative 5 is negative 3. And of course, 2 is positive, so it is greater than any negative number. So here we have less, and we got greater. So always keep in mind what? When we multiply or divide by a negative number, change the sign of the inequality. Okay, here we have a video from the AKB. Let's watch it.
Previously, you learned properties of solving inequalities. So let's practice with this example. Drag the correct answer for each inequality. Exactly. The signs remain unchanged. That is correct. We changed the direction of the sign. Good job. Great. By now, you should be solid on when to change the direction of the inequality sign when solving the first degree inequalities.
As you saw in this video, when we divide or multiply by a negative number, we have to change the inequality of, the sign of the inequality. But when we added or subtract, no need to change it. Okay, let's go ahead. For example, find the solution set of the inequality for x minus 10 is greater than 14. Number 1, if x belongs to z. Number 2, if x belongs to q, the rational number. So here we have 4x minus 10 greater than 14. We need to do the inverse operation, so we have to add 10 for both sides. 4x minus 10 and plus 10 here, we will cancel them. So it is 4x greater than 24. 14 plus 10, which is 24. Then we need to divide by 4 both sides. When we divide here by a positive number, no need to change the sign of the inequality. So it becomes here 4x divided by 4 and 24 divided by 4, which is x greater than 6. Here we will cancel the 4 and 24 divided by 4 is 6. How can we represent it? If x belongs to z, that means I'm going to take all the numbers that are greater than 6. So you can start from here, 6.1 and so on. So 6 is not with us. I'm going to take 7, 8, 9, 10. That when we have z, I need integer numbers. So I'm going to take whole numbers, not allowed to take 6.1 if we have z. But it is allowed to take it when we have q, rational number. So in z, I'm going to take 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and so on. I can write it as the solution of set is 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. What about if x belongs to q? Belongs to q means I'm going to take any number that is greater than 6. So I can start it from here. This 6 is not with us as a solution. Here, I'm going to write from here, for example, 6.1, 6.5, 7.9, and so on. So I'm going to write it, keep this 6, and take any numbers after the 6. I can write it as x such that x belongs to q and x is greater than 6. Another one. Is 6.2 a solution of the inequality x is greater than 6? X greater than 6, that means I need bigger values. So after 6, I have 6.2. Yes, it is greater than 6, so the correct answer is yes. Number 2. Is 4 a solution of this inequality, which is x greater than or equal to 4? Here we have equal sign. Do you see it? Equal sign. So 4 is with us as a solution. So 4 is a solution. Yes, correct. What about if I have this inequality? X is greater than 5. Is 5 a solution? Let me ask you, is there equal sign here? No equal sign. So 5 is not a solution. Number 3. Is -2 a solution of this inequality x is less than 3 in Q? Of course, yes. Why? Because I need less than 3 and -2 is less than 3. Here I need you to focus on x, just x. So x is less than 3. So -2 is less than 3. You can replace x with -2. Number 4, is 5 a solution of this inequality, which is x less than 0? Less than 0 means all the negative numbers, and here in Q maybe 0.9 and so on. But my value is 5. 5 is greater than 0, not less than 0, so the answer is no, of course. Another one. Find in Q the solution set of the inequality 5 minus 3x less than or equal to -7 and give two values of the solution. First of all, I need to rewrite it, okay, because we have to start with the variable to be easier for us. So I'm going to write it like that. I'm going to bring -3 at the beginning. Then this 5 is positive, so it is plus 5. So -3x plus 5 is less than or equal to -7. Then the inverse operation, here I have multiplication between -3 and x and addition between 4 plus 5. What do we have to start with? I said for you we have to start with addition and subtraction at the beginning, then multiplication and division. So I'm going to do the inverse operation for this, adding 5. We are going to subtract 5 from both sides. Cancel the 5. So -3x is less than or equal to -7, -15. Here we have same sign, which is -12. Now I need to divide by this -3. Keep in mind what? When you multiply or divide by negative number, we need to change the sign of the inequality. Here it is less than or equal. Immediately, just watch me. I'm going to divide by -3. It was less than or equal, then I'm going to make it greater than or equal. Because I divided by a negative number, so change the sign of the inequality. Keep that in mind. So here we have -3x divided by -3 is greater than or equal to -12 divided by -3. Then cancel the -3. X is greater than or equal to negative divided by negative is positive, which is 4. Then the solution set in Q, we don't have whole values, so we have to write it as inequality. X is greater than or equal to 4. To give any solutions, I'm going to take 4 with us as a solution because of the equal sign. Here we have greater than or equal, and that means 4 is with us as a solution. 5.5, 6, 7.9, 12, and so on. Any greater number than 4 and also 4. Another one. Find in Q the solution set of the inequality 5x minus 1 is greater than or equal to, then open brackets, x plus 7. To do it, we are going to distribute this 2. Here it is. 2 times x and 2 times 7. So 5x minus 1 is greater than or equal to 2x plus 14 because 2 times 7 is 14. Now I need to make a side for the variable and a side for the number. Why? Because I have x in the first side and x in the second side. So I'm going to move this 2x to the first side. And when you move from side to the other side, change the sign. Here it doesn't have a sign, that means positive 2x. When I move it, it becomes negative. So the first side will be 5x minus 2x. And keep greater than or equal. Here we have 14 in this side. Keep it as it is. I'm going to move this -1 to the second side. Because as we said, side for the variables and side for the number. So it is -1, so it becomes positive 1, or change the operation from minus to be plus. Now, 5x minus 2x, which is 3x, greater than or equal, 14 plus 1, which is 50. I need to divide by 3 both sides to get the variable alone. Cancel 3. X is greater than or equal to 15 divided by 3, which is 5. My question, do we need to flip the sign of the inequality? Of course no, because I divided by a positive number. Is 5 a solution? Yes, because there is equal sign in the inequality. So how can we write it here? The solution, x such that x belongs to q and x is greater than or equal to 5. So that's all about the solving inequalities. I need you to focus on when you multiply or divide by a negative number, we have to change the sign of the inequality and also do the inverse operation at the beginning for both sides. I hope it was clear for everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.